Hey everyone, welcome to the Department of Comics. My name is Ephraim, and this is my weekly video showing you comic books that are coming out next week, March 10th. But before I go any further, please hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. And I hope you like this video. I will be doing this video, like I said, on a weekly basis, and there will be other creators that will be doing their own videos also. So give them a try and check them out also. Before I go any further, last week I showed a splash page of Psylocke with telekinesis wings. Thought it was a really awesome looking splash page. This week I wanted to show you a book. I think it came out a couple weeks ago. It's Guardians of the Galaxy number 11 by cover artist is David Finch, and it has a Silver Surfer basically flying through space. So like I said, it's an awesome looking cover, and I just wanted to show them to you before I started with my regular comic books for next week, March 10th. Now, the books that I'm going to show you are basically regular books from Preview. Previews, if you look them up there, or from, I think there's UCC distributor, that they are the ones who distribute DC comic books now. What I mean by regular books are these aren't like, there are books that certain publishers, or sorry, not publishers, but certain companies sell that are like variant books, like 1 in 50 or very unique, aside from the normal books that just come out at normal prices. So these are basically normally priced books, not other books that could be costing $10, $15, and up, depending on who made the comic book and what company is selling them. So the first one up is Daredevil number 28. If anybody has been reading this storyline, Daredevil's in jail, and Elektra has taken his place in Hell's Kitchen. She's on the top of the cover, and behind her is a silhouette of Daredevil. At the bottom is Kingpin and Typhoid Mary. It's a great looking cover. It's a really good storyline. Next up is Deadpool Nerdy 30 number 1. Yes, Deadpool's been around for 30 years now, so they're celebrating his 30th anniversary. Next up is Non-Stop Spider-Man number 1, a new Spider-Man series, and this cover is by David Finch. If it's Non-Stop Spider-Man, I'm curious to see what the storyline is going to be. Is this him non-stop? We'll see. Next up is Strange Academy number 9. This basically, on the cover, is by Humberto Ramos. It has 2 of the characters in school, and looks like something's happening. They're in trouble, and they're probably waiting to see the principal. I think their probably parents will be involved with it. I've mentioned this series before. It's a really great series. There's only 9 issues in, so I really highly recommend it. If you haven't read it, start reading it. Next one is Wolverine Black, White, Blood number 4 of 4. It's a 4-issue miniseries. This cover, it has Mystique on the cover, but inside of her is Wolverine, and you'll see it up here. It will be a better explanation than I'm giving it to you right now, but it's a great looking cover. Next one is by Boom Studios. It's Last Witch number 3, cover A. The title speaks for itself. I just started reading it. I think I've read issues 1 and 2, so this is cover 3. Great storyline so far, so I don't want to give any spoilers, but every book that I talk about, check it out. I read almost all of them, and I happen to be reading this one, so I give it a thumbs up. Next up is Proctor Valley number 1 by Boom Studios. Obviously haven't read this one. It's coming out next week, but the synopsis is it's a horror series about mysterious monsters that haunt Proctor Valley Road and the 4 misfit teenagers who must stop them. Next one is by Image Comics, Carmen with a K number 1. This is a 5-part series. It's about a highly unconventional angel named Carmen and the young woman she takes under her wing when a case of heartbreak strikes hard. So, like I said, issue number 1 is coming out next week, and there's more than one cover, but obviously I'm just showing you one of the covers for each book. Next up is Radiant Black number 1, second printing. This is by Image Comics. Second printings is after the first book already came out. If it's popular, they make second printings, and sometimes it's the same color, but maybe different background colors behind the cover, or it's a completely different cover. And this one is a completely different cover from number 1, the first printing. Next up is The Joker #1. This is from the series. It's called Infinite Frontier. It's the latest series from DC Comic Books, and it's taking off from the main series, and these are other storylines along that series. Next one is by Image Comics, I believe. It's Homesick Pilots #4. I've been reading this series, and it's really good. Brief explanation of what the story is about is there's these group of teenagers who go into a haunted house, and one of them goes by herself, and she gets like possessed by the haunted house, and she has to do certain tasks on the house's behalf, and it goes from there. Next up is The Autumnal #5 by Vault Comics. It's a unique looking cover. There's always been covers with skeletons, but this skeleton head is made out of, looks like leaves, and the bottom of their jawline you can see some of the leaves dropping down, and there's some hands right in front of the skeleton's face. Next up is Horror Comics #2. It's a 3-part series. It's horror art at its rawest form, stark black and white. Next up is Death Life #1 by Antarctic Press. It's another very unique cover. That most covers that I buy or that I'm into are superhero comics, but these other independent books by other publishers, they're just unique looking, and the storylines are great. So this is #1. I'm gonna read it, and hopefully it's a good storyline. I believe that is it. So like I said, I usually have between 10 and 15 books that I'm going to be showing you every week. So I hope you like these books that I've picked out for this week. And once again, like I said, if you're new to this channel, thanks for watching, and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. This is the Department of Comics, and my name is Ephraim, and everybody be safe and take care.